This is how you can learn languages fast with YouTube. You're going to go to a channel where they speak the language, not a learn XYZ language channel, like learn Spanish or Spanish for beginners or none of that. Go somewhere where they actually speak the language. It's just conversation. It's going to be much more effective and also more interesting. And what you're going to do, so I think easy languages, easy Spanish, easy Turkish, easy French, is a good example. It's a good example of this. It's just people talking, right? Anything where you get people talking works. And you're going to open the video, but we're not going to watch the video yet. What we're going to do is go to the transcript and take the whole thing, paste it in a Word document, and use mnemonic associations to memorize all the new vocabulary that we don't know. Yeah, all the it's going to be very hard the first time because basically every word is going to be new. But after a few videos, it's going to be much easier because a lot of the common vocab will repeat itself, all the common words. So we'll use the mnemonic associations first, memorize all the vocab. This will take some time, so don't go for videos that are too long. And after doing that, we'll watch the video. This is perfect because we get the transcript, the subtitles in the language that we're learning and in English. Yeah. So we watch the video.
Bu bölümümüzde İstanbul'da Bakırköy'deyiz. İnsanlara hobilerinin
Again, I recommend working on your reading speed if you can't read both at the same time. Ideally, you should be able to listen and read the subtitles at the same time and read the English at the same time, all three. Yeah. So you should be a fast reader. So you should work on your reading speed. But yeah, you read and listen at the same time.
neler olduğunu sorduk. İyi seyirler.
Okay, if you can't follow this, if you can't read this and the English and read this while simultaneously listening to it, yeah, you should be able to follow the words exactly when she's saying them, and while at the same time reading the English. Yes, so your eyes should be trained to jump back and forth quickly and read everything at the same time. This is something you can train, and it's not that hard once you learn the skill.
Müzik, piyano çalıyorum, gitar çalıyorum, müzisyenim.
Evet.
Başka bir hobim yok.
Peki bunu meslek olarak mı icra ediyorsunuz yoksa hobi olarak mı?
Müzik öğretmenliği okuyorum. O şekilde.
Yani hobinizi mesleğe çevirdiniz.
Evet.
Yeah, you got it. Of course, if you didn't memorize the words before, this is going to be way too difficult. That's why you need to memorize the words. So you go to the transcript first. This is why it's really important, and you memorize all the words with associations. It doesn't mean you remember all of them, but even if you remember only half of them, you'll understand a lot of what they're saying. So
Şöyle aslında boş vakitlerde ben genelde resim çizmeyi çok seviyorum.
yeah, you understand some words here and there at first, and then the next day you repeat the same thing. Don't review the same videos over and over again. That's extremely boring. Instead, memorize the transcript of a new video before watching the video. There'll be less words. There'll be fewer words there that are new because once you start associating words, you recognize a lot of the common words in the second video you watch, and then in the third you recognize even more vocabulary and so on. So just watch more and more videos, always memorizing the vocabulary from the transcript, all the unknown words. Take your time, memorize them all. In the first one, there'll be hundreds of them, so it'll take a long time. Second one will be much fewer unknown words and so on. And it'll get easier and easier. And you keep watching videos, keep reading while you listen, because that will help you with listening comprehension and also later when you're speaking with your own speaking fluency and pronunciation. Yeah, but basically watch people have conversations. This is a real conversation.
Bununla ilgileniyorum. Bayağı bir rahatlatıyor insanı. Yani bu şekilde kitap okumaktan çok hoşlanıyorum. Genelde tarihi falan
This is how people speak in real life. It's much more effective. This is much more difficult when you're starting from scratch. But this is what you need to understand in real life. So start with this already. If you know all these words, if you memorize all these words, and I haven't, well, I know this one, I like, this one, but I don't know these ones yet. But I'll memorize them. And then when I read this, I'll understand the whole sentence. And you basically have to do that with every sentence in the text. And the next day, you won't rewatch the video. You don't do that because, I mean, maybe in a week or two, you rewatch the same videos. But I personally, I don't recommend doing that. If you try to do that for speaking, I'll talk about speaking in a different video. But if you want to work on your speaking, use language islands, your own sentences translated into the language. This exercise is for comprehension. If you want to improve your comprehension quickly, you need to train yourself to understand real people having real conversations. So, not French for beginners and je m'appelle super slow. No, no, no, no, no. Real conversation. Just learn every word with mnemonics and then listen while reading. And if you can read fast enough, uh, you will follow along and you will understand them. It's as simple as that. Just you need to memorize more vocab and then do more listening while reading, and eventually you'll understand enough because you know enough words and you've trained your ear to recognize those words when they speak fast, so that you won't need to read. You'll be able to simply listen to people talk and you'll understand. Yeah. For that, you can start listening to podcasts and radio. But I recommend doing that later on. Once you can understand this.
seviyorum öyle.
Peki bu hobinizi ne kadar ciddi yapıyorsunuz? Yani bir mesleğe dönüşecek
Once you can understand this level easily, like when you're reading, then you jump to. I mean, you keep doing this if it's interesting, but jump to podcasts and radio because then you have no text and it's just audio only, and it's native speakers speaking for native speakers. Yeah, and that's it. This is all you need to understand any language. You just have to memorize more vocab and do more listening. First with subtitles, then without subtitles. Anyway, I hope you find this helpful, and if you've got any questions, just let me know.